took back the castle, destroyed the city, and here we are now at part 22 of Triangle Strategy Let's Play. Having a quick conversation with Narv here, just because I like saying his name a lot. But at the end of that last battle, we actually ended up having a lot of materials in order to do like upgrades and whatnot. I believe they're both at level 3, so they don't need anything else. But we do have not enough superior iron. I have enough superior iron to upgrade Roland here, which I think I'm going to do. Yeah, deals physical damage to a single enemy, ignoring their defenses. That seems very useful. So let's do that. Sereno, we can increase his match HP, so we're going to do that. Benedict, effects of Raging Beast, effects of Bulwark. Bulwark sounds more important. For Anna, we can increase speed even more. Let's go ahead and increase speed even more. Gila, magic attack. No. Benedict, effects of Raging Beast. Eridor, weapon potency and defense. Let's do defense. Weapon potency, weapon damage. For Narv, let's do weapon damage. Or increased lightning. Yeah, let's increase his lightning damage and do the weapon damage up. That sounds great. We can even increase his max HP, which definitely is needed. And last but not least, we can increase his magic defense. That's all I kind of want to do for now. And far as weapon upgrades, we can upgrade his weapon here with an obsidian. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, giving him a fancy new staff. And I believe I also have a Medal of Valor in order to promote. And I'm not going to hesitate here. I want to do Serenoa. Serenoa's strength, luck, accuracy, and evasion go up. And he also has shielding stance. Take 50% of damage for a selected ally. For 2 turns, can only take damage within 3 squares of the target. Ooh, so I can hang out next to Roland and take his damage if I need to.
My blade shall attest to my convictions.
Learn the ability Shielding Stance. And let's see here. I can grab a Medal of Valor, or a Medal of Bravery, or a Medal of Valor. Some silver, oak, indestructible stone. It looks like it's a lot of top tier materials here. But I don't want to get those quite yet. Let me go ahead and get these lore things because they're only 1 kudo a piece. I ended up dumping all the rest of my kudos into the Revitalize here. Or was it Restore? Revitalize? Restore. One of the ones that was 500 kudos in order to pick up. But let's go ahead and leave the encampment now. Continue on with the storyline. This episode, I believe, is going to be mainly dominated by these side stories, but that's okay. They're always interesting to see. We'll start up at the very top of the list with Benedict and Eridor uphold a custom they have shared for 30 years. Anime flashback time, part 2.
All right, lads and lasses, lay down your arms. Let your bruises remind you of the lessons learned today.
Scatter like roaches.
Ah, what fortuitous timing. I still owe you for the drinks from the other evening. I wondered if I might treat you tonight.
Apologies, lass, but I've got places to be. Perhaps another time.
He seemed troubled by something. Perhaps I'm overthinking it.
Eridor seems to always be troubled by something here.
Let us end our day's work here.
It is early, is it not? Is something amiss?
No, nothing at all. Just my attention is required elsewhere for a time.
Elsewhere?
Super busy.
Curious.
Super busy.
How many have you had?
Not enough. Just one for you, I take it.
Yes.
Yes.
Went by in a flash. Can you believe it's been 30 years?
The time has escaped us. The memory of that day, however, I doubt ever will.
What happened? Oh, anime flashback time. 30 years ago during the Salt Iron War.
Thrice damned, can't move. Always thought I'd meet my end with a beautiful lass by my side.
You have many days ahead of you yet, Eridor. We will see you returned home.
Don't try to run, you curs!
Leave me be. I'll just slow you down. It was my cursed pride that got us into this. Only I should suffer for it. We don't all need to die today. Run!
Even in the face of death, you refuse to set aside your foolish pride. I followed you into this hell of my own will, and I will see you delivered from it.
You fool!
Charge!
Come and die.
Yeah!
Yeah. Beautiful. So Benedict saved Eridor.
That would have been it for us, had Lord Simon not met their charge in time.
Aye. And the only punishment for my pride were these aches that keep me awake at night.
We hungered for glory all those years ago, without a care for how it would serve us later on.
Well, yeah, that's what happens.
A couple of would-be heroes who couldn't be convinced they weren't invincible.
I mean, you're here, right? So you
Yet
are
here we
invincible.
are, drinking, to celebrate the end of that war. I do not wish to reminisce upon the past. A toast that I may never again repeat the mistakes of my youth. But before that...
Yeah?
You have served House Wolford well, Eridor. That said, I've a feeling we'll need your sturdy shield even more going forward.
You need me to lead a charge? I'm your man. I'll leave anything fancier than that to you. For House Wolford!
For House Wolford.
They did say in a previous flashback that they never shared drinks together, but I guess this is the exception. The end of the Salt Iron War is whenever they celebrate together. Roland harbors doubts in his station, but Sereno reminds him that he is noble of his own way. So the king is having doubts. King doubts. Doubt kings.
Roland, what are you doing out here?
There's hardly a better place to become lost in one's thoughts. Don't you agree?
I suppose. However, if aught weighs on your mind, it may serve you better to turn to a friend.
Then let me ask, do you believe me too immature for my station?
Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact.
But the other nobles loved to gossip of my disinterest in politics and intrigue, and mocked my love of hawking.
You said it yourself. Gossip and sniping, nothing more. Pay no mind to nobles and their petty judgments. The people who matter, your subjects, hold you dearly in their hearts.
It's debatable.
Stories abound of their love for you.
Maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. We've kind of heard conflicting arguments.
Hey, go peddle your junk somewhere else.
And why would I do that, my good sir? I see no reason to forego such a bustling avenue simply to please a stranger.
A stranger? You're posted in front of my damn shop. You're stealing my customers from right under my nose.
Oh, I am? I'm not sure your lack of customers could be blamed on me. Surely the proprietor bears some responsibility for...
What bickering is this?
None of your business, whelp. Now leave us to our negotiations.
Welp.
Prince Roland, is that really you?
A prince, you say? Well,
A distinguished gentleman such as yourself must be mortified to have your customers bear witness to this childish bickering.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. My temper got the best of me.
And you, merchant. If you mean to trade in Glenbrook, I trust you have procured the proper licenses and approvals.
well, the process takes some days, you see. Pardon, Your Highness.
Then your business shall have to wait some days, it seems. Shall I summon a member of the Kingsguard to explain the law in detail?
No, there'll be no need of that, Highness. I'll just be on my way.
Thank you, Prince Roland. Come visit any time, and I'll let you have your pick of my wares.
On my way, Riz. Thank you for getting rid of that guy. That's the memory you guys choose to remember at this point. You're a king now, not just some
Your
dude
place
running
has
around
always
helping
been
out
with your
merchants.
people. You could walk down the main avenue and settle disputes with a single word.
Don't tell me you were watching. They were petty arguments, nothing more.
As petty as they might have been, you were happy to do it. What better proof of royalty is there than that?
But it wasn't because I was wise that I solved their problems. It was my name and status that lent my words weight. How do you imagine a kingdom with not a single dissatisfied soul would look?
That's a difficult thing to imagine.
Indeed. I suppose the best one can hope for is to do what we can, while we can.
Well, we can start envisioning such a nation. That one day we might build it. Together.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, that's
No
kind
doubt
of
the answers we
what you
seek
do
lie ahead,
as a king.
so long as we stay honest with ourselves. And so long as we work together, you and I, Serenoa.
Let's hope one day I don't have to betray you. Which seems like something this game would throw in our lap, like either help out X, Y, and Z or betray Roland, and it's like, ah, shit. Alright, Frederica decides to cook a meal for Sarah and Noah, but even the best laid plans can go awry. Awry.
Do you have a moment, Sheila?
Gila.
Oh, Frederica. Is something the matter?
Gila.
Well, I invited Serenoa to have dinner with me tonight.
That's wonderful. Are you cooking for him?
I am. I've been practicing with the book you gave me. I was hoping to finally show him what I've learned.
Then allow me to help. What are you making?
A warm soup full of meatballs. A hearty, meaty, savory stew to tickle the tongue and sate the stomach. Or so the book describes it.
That
Meatball
sounds like
stew.
quite a mouthful, in more ways than one.
Meatball stew.
The author is rather verbose, yes. Anyhow, I also want to make an appetizer. Might you be able to lend a hand?
Cooking is hardly my specialty, but say no more. I'd love to.
This seems like a very good use of our time.
Oh dear.
This is disappointing, to say the least.
Oh
And we're
dear.
almost out of time. Serenoa will be back any minute now.
Excuse me, Lady Frederica. Lord Serenoa has just sent word that he has been held up at a meeting. He says there is a chance he may not even return tonight.
I see. Thank you for letting me know.
It sounds like your dinner may get postponed.
A blessing in disguise. It gives us time to cook this again and do it right this time.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Lord
just waste more
Serenoa
stuff.
may not even return tonight.
But there is a chance he might. And I refuse to disappoint him. Would you help me, Gila?
Of course, Frederica. I shall do my very best to see this through with you.
I cannot thank you enough.
It's like watching me cook. It's like, yeah, that's acceptable. If not, I'll do it again.
The vegetables are done, though they are a far cry from perfect.
The meatballs are ready too. Now all we have to do is stew them.
Frederica, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
It appears we've run out of time.
I was on my way here when something urgent came to my attention. I apologize for returning so late. I know we were supposed to have dinner tonight.
I am just happy you're here. Besides, I am the one who should apologize. I wanted to cook you a meal, but failed terribly on my first attempt, so it isn't yet ready. I'm sorry, Serenoa.
Pause.
Don't look so down, Frederica. I was delighted when you asked me to share a meal. Now that I'm back, why don't I help you with the food?
Serenoa.
Yep, everybody just hold out your hands. That's how you cook. And
Thank you
apparently they're
again
having a
for
picnic.
inviting me. I'm overjoyed we could spend this time together.
As am I. I enjoyed cooking with you as well.
The time we
Oh, they already
spend
ate.
together is very precious to me. I regret that my duties have been keeping us apart lately.
Yep, very important duties.
But when I noticed the sky was even more beautiful than ever this night, I hurried home, hoping we could gaze upon its beauty together.
It's strange. When I was in Esfrost, I would look up at the same sky. But it felt so much colder there. The stars seemed as if frozen. They
'Cause
did
it
not
was
twinkle
colder.
the way they do now that I am with you, Serenoa.
I mean, it literally was
Frederica.
colder.
Promise me that you will always stay by my side. I need you. Now more than ever.
Of course, Serenoa. I wish to gaze up at the same sky, sit beneath the same moon, and walk the same path you do. Together. Forever and always.
I wonder if they're ever going to have a wedding. I have a feeling that's going to be part of the game later on down the road, before the final war with his Frosty. Let's go to the next one. Anna searches for answers about her parents, and Eridor seems to know more than he lets on. Interesting. Anna searching for her parents is definitely a left ball out of left field here.
Under this tree.
This here's the land of the Jacks clan. Or used to be, more like. That clasp on your chest, that's their sigil, if I'm not mistaken.
The Jacks clan.
It's a memento from my parents. Or so I was told.
Aye, now that I'm looking for it, I can see the resemblance. Same silvery hair and everything. Villages near here met with a pretty terrible fate. They begged the armies to spare their fields. The only one who listened was one of House Wolfort's bannermen. No one was surprised, big war hero that he was. But by the time we got here, the Jacks had been all but exterminated. He was digging graves for the dead, enemy and all. A hero and a gentleman he was. Names on the tip of my tongue.
Benedict.
Aye, that was it. Do you know the man? I'd like you to pass on my gratitude, if you do.
Thanks for showing me the way.
Your coin's all the thanks I require. If that's all you'll be needing me for, I'll leave you to it.
You make a poor stalker.
Ain't exactly what I'm built for.
You fought in the battle here, didn't you?
Benedict swore me to secrecy. But suppose it ain't break an oath if you already know. Oh, but first I ought to tell you. You've the right to the truth. And those ain't my words. They're his. That's why he never tried to stop you from finding out about your parents.
You know of their fate?
We drove the enemy up the cliff top. Cornered him there. The same instant we cut their leader down, a babe cried out in the distance. In the hideout, we found you, all swaddled up. A letter pinned to you with that same clasp on your chest.
Live strong, Anna. Stronger than any. I see now.
Your family died at our hands. If it's vengeance you want, you can take it out on me.
That doesn't sound like the Eredor I know. Do you think so little of me? To assume I would forsake my friend, bloody my hands with revenge. I know the truth at last. That is enough.
Is it, Anna? Or are you forcing it to be?
Don't be a fool. Benedict is the one who raised me. If I ever want for a father, I know where to find him. When we've won this war, I shall make sure he understands that.
Interesting. Now, were they Byzantine? Or were they from Glenbrook? Within the woods, a man bids farewell to his resilient companions. In his hand, he clutches a familiar spear. Is this Sir Maxwell? It's gotta be Sir Maxwell. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Must you go, sir?
Sir Maxwell?
I regret to say I must. I have been idle for long enough. But know this. I shall forever be indebted to the Roselle. I know not why fate delivered my battered body to the shores of your village. But I am fortunate that it did.
Oh, yeah.
I owe my life to your kindness. Thank you.
Come join the forces, bro. Do it. Do it. Do
You'll
it.
have no debt with us. We only did what was right. But where will you go? Safety is a luxury few are afforded these days.
The war rages still, and so long as it does, I must fight with every inch of my being to end it.
A single
Yes.
man can't fix this tangled mess of a world.
Come on, Sir
Ah,
Maxwell,
but I
join
am
the
not
forces,
alone.
please.
Every moment my allies risk life and limb without me is a moment I owe them for their bravery. I must rejoin them at once.
I see there's no convincing you otherwise. Very well. But we expect to hear news of your victory soon.
I sense the world is on the cusp of great change. Change for the better. When it comes, let us celebrate its arrival together.
Come on, Sir Maxwell, get your buns to the encampment. Let's do it. Yes!
Well met, friends. I require passage to see Lord Serenoa.
And who are you? If you want an audience, you'll have to wait behind the rest.
Wait, that cape, it can't be.
You're Sir Maxwell.
Yes!
My lord, Sir Maxwell has returned.
Yes!
My apologies for my abrupt departure, my lord. Full glad am I to see you have managed without me.
Sir Maxwell, you're alive.
Oh, please tell me he's
Aye,
gonna fight.
and none the worse for wear, I hope. It seems fate would have me take up my spear once more.
Where have you been? We all feared the worst.
Where's Roland at?
Avlora's fell blow cast me into the river, and its cold embrace washed away my memories, along with my pride. I awoke in a village of kind-hearted folk. I might have stayed there, blissful in ignorance, had news of your exploits not reached them. It was then that old memories stirred, prideful memories, painful memories. My purpose became clear. I must end this war or perish in the attempt. I hope that I have not come too late to make a difference.
Of course not. We would be honored to have you fight by our side. I only hope you can say the same for us, Dawnspear.
Yes! Now, is he as awesome as he was before? Roland's instructor and the finest lancer, specialist in mid-range attacks, possess multiple powerful abilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sir Maxwell definitely joins the party. I'm gonna check him out real quick. Go to the roster. Let's see what level he came to us as. Donde está Sir Maxwell? There he is, level 22. Triple thrust. Run through. Move 4 squares in a straight line. Lance hurl. Has a greater range than triple thrust. Counter stance, 2 bird, 1 stone. Or traverse. He's a level 1 spear. What is he though? Is he... What rank is he? Does it say? I don't think it says. Anyway, we got a lot more of these side stories to go through. We'll definitely gear him up and upgrade him here shortly. Eridor brushes the subjects of Benedict's sought after flower, but why? But why though?
Made it in time, my lord.
Eridor, you came.
Lady Destra. Your mother was loved by one and all, my lord. Honoring her this day is the least we can do. Is it just you here, my lord?
My lord.
We are beset on all sides by tasks large and small. I would not impose my familial obligations on the others.
Spoken like a true leader. Me and your mother may not have been family by blood, but duty bound us just as close.
Duties bound.
I am sure she would have been overjoyed to see you by my side.
Bound duties.
I never had a chance to know her. My only memories are from stories others told me. And still, I somehow can feel the warmth of her embrace, hear the loving sound of her voice.
She was smitten, that is true. She held on to you so tightly. I reckon not even the Dawn Spear could have pried you from her.
You mean the Dawn Spear that's come back to life?
Did she?
Lady Destra's smile was brighter than the sun, and near as constant. She treated young Benedict and I like little brothers, though at times we weren't so deserving of her care. Even so, she always had a kind word, and worry enough to spare. There weren't a woman like her in all of Narzelia.
I did not know the bond between you three ran so deep. Benedict never mentioned it.
His lips aren't as loose as mine, especially when it comes to Lady Destra. Speaking of which, here. Your mother would have loved to get one of these from you.
A snowbell? My father mentioned her fondness for these flowers. Every year when I visited her, without fail, one of these would be placed in front of her grave. Was that you all this time?
Well, not exactly, my lord.
They're quite rare, are they not? I often search for them, but I have yet to see one in bloom. Where did you find it?
Well, I made a journey down south. Benedict insisted. Apologies for my absence, my lord.
There is naught to apologize for. 'Twas a thoughtful gesture, and I thank you for it. Somehow, I can feel Mother smiling down upon us.
Somehow.
More than I deserve, if I'm being honest.
Was it Benedict?
There's already a snowbell.
Did Benedict have
Who
a
could
thing
have-
for Lady Destra?
Should have known. Nothing will stop him from his duty.
Nothing will stop him
What
from
was
his
that?
duty.
It was nothing, my lord.
All secrets.
Seems we're not the only ones carrying a torch for Lady Destra.
Indeed. We are fortunate to be part of such a close-knit house.
Too close.
And that is thanks to those who serve it. I trust I'll see you here again in a year's time, Eridor.
Of course, my lord. Snowbells might capture a moment in time, but your mother inspired loyalty for an eternity.
Had to be Benedict, right? Seems a little extra. 6 more to go through. Here we go. Well, you get our calls of promise she made to Roland before the war began. Hakiya. Hakiya. And one more. Oh, nope.
At it again, eh? You know, even the Dawn Spear set down his weapon on occasion.
We are at war. I cannot hope to end it by being idle.
Spoken
that.
like a true member of the Kingsguard. You lot were always too serious for my tastes.
We were not serious enough. Where is the king we were meant to protect now? What will become of his kingdom?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Sorry.
King Regna and Crown Prince Franny are no more. Only Roland and Cordelia remain. When I think of how lonely my charge must feel, I almost feel smothered by the guilt.
If he's lonely, he hides it well. Could be that losing his princely obligations has lifted a weight off his shoulders.
And who are you to speak on his feelings? His father ever doted on Franny. He knew precious few moments of his mother's love before she passed. Even so, He tried his utmost to never show weakness in front of his sister. He was there for her in the worst of times. There was never a place near the throne for him. Truth be told, Sir Maxwell was more of a father to him than anyone.
Well, thank goodness he's back.
I'd like to think I have been more than his guard. Oftentimes, I felt like his confidant.
Oh, more flashbacks. I love it.
You and Floogie are
These
constant
flashbacks are
companions.
great. Floogie.
As I said before, my prince, he is more than my companion. He is the truest friend I could ask for.
A true friend. I must admit, I envy your relationship.
My prince, I did not mean to.
'Tis nothing to apologize for. I simply find the idea of soaring the skies with a true friend to be somewhat romantic.
Don't get
You
weird
could
with
do
the
the
hawk.
same with the proper training. If it pleases you, my prince, I would gladly teach you.
You would? Then I gladly accept. I trust you will go easy on me.
I can promise no such thing. You must become as ferocious as a hawk yourself if you wish to ride one.
Is he eventually going to become a hawk rider? Because that would be dope.
War broke out soon after that. My promise to teach him is yet unfulfilled. So I will train. I will fight. Until the skies are no longer clouded by the fires of war. Only then can I rest. Only then can we fly free. Perhaps then, with the wind in our faces, we can forget our stations, our titles, if only just for one moment.
What was that last part? You'll have to speak up.
Oh, it was
Nothing. Nothing at all. Yes, it's back to training for me.
Caw. So obviously she's got a thing for Roland. Next one is Gila reflects on both Federico's growth and her own changes over the years.
It's become late. We'd best keep an eye out for bandits.
You have a warrior's intuition. You needn't worry. I won't let us come to harm.
It takes no great intuition to see that this world is falling ever deeper into chaos. The reasons, however, remain elusive. Will we see our way safely through this darkness? I cannot say.
We have naught but our duty, and mine is to Prince Roland, whatever might become of House Wolford.
I find your perspective refreshing. Although it may be direct, you walk the path you've chosen with confidence.
Yep, some very confident duties.
On the other hand, I often feel that I'm fumbling. I had thought Gustadov to be a man of reason. But now I see that he will not hesitate to employ deceit to achieve his goals. In a manner of speaking, he and I are not so different. I, too, once hoped to have the influence to change the nation. At least, I told myself so. Really, all I wanted was to be free, and Frederica was simply a means to that end. As long as I had what I wanted, I had no great concern for what became of her.
Gila,
But this war has caused me to reconsider that. I realize that Frederica herself is worth caring for.
I hope so.
She's not the sheltered princess I took her to be. Her wits are a match even for Benedict. She surprised me and shamed me. I was wrong to underestimate her, to define her by her birth and station.
by her birthing station.
She represents my greatest failures as a teacher, but also my greatest success. For she has truly taken my lessons to heart. I see now there is no shame in serving another, and no shame in sacrificing my freedom for something greater. Oh, but perhaps I've shared overmuch. For some reason, I find it easy to talk with you.
For some reason.
The feeling is mutual. You are not so aloof as I thought.
Ah, I've just had a thought. When the war is behind us, I may very well open my own school.
That sounds good.
Of course, you would be welcome to join me. I would be master of the classroom, and you could be master of the training yard. We could teach our students the art of hawksmanship. Our riders would be first class. Ah, what should our school be named? You will come and teach with me, won't you?
Not half so aloof as I thought.
Just a quick job proposition, nothing more. Next up is going to be Corinthian. The research Corinthian spoke of in his drunken stupor seems to be making progress, but ...
What's so urgent you can't let a man sleep?
Nothing less than the completion of my groundbreaking research, Eridor.
Oh, well now, that is something.
Indeed it is. I've managed to thermodynamically stabilize the quasi-liquid film forming on the surface of the...
Yes, I've heard all that. Now tell it to me in words a man can understand.
Right. Well, in layman's terms, I have created ice that never melts.
See how simple... Did you say ice that never melts? That's mighty impressive and all, but what actual good does that do anyone?
My dear, sweet, simple Eridor. We can use my creation to forge weapons with no need for iron.
Interesting.
Sounds useful, if it works as you say. But how's the durability?
Silly soldier. Do you take me for a fool? Of course I tested their durability.
Let's
Worry
see it,
not.
bro.
A prototype shall arrive shortly. I bid you try it out for yourself. For better or
Ice
worse,
shield.
you're the most experienced soldier I know. And so I'd have you handle it first.
That sounds big and important. I reckon I'll take you up on it.
An ice shield doesn't sound good.
What news? Surely it's finished by now.
Afraid not. I come bearing unfortunate news from the smithy. It seemed plenty sturdy at first, but shattered the moment he took a hammer to it.
But yeah, it's
He
ice.
says it has a long way to go before it can be used in place of iron, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you're talking about ice, for God's sake.
Preposterous! My calculations were impeccable. Surely I have not forsaken my homeland in pursuit of a fool's errand.
That's all a bit dramatic, isn't it? You can't have a breakthrough without breaking a couple of ice blades. You know what'd wash away all that pain? A nice cold glass of spirits.
Yeah, let's go get drunk. Maybe.
Spirits. That's it! That unmelted ice of yours could chill him forever, could it not? Groundbreaking indeed. This invention of yours could still take the world by storm.
And I reckon the army'd have use for it as well. It'd keep our rations from going off. Weapons be damned. You've done very important work.
Weapons be damned.
The fact remains that my calculations were in error. So forgive me my reluctance to.
Less sulking, more drinking. You succeeded, haven't you? Right then, this'll be my treat, and I won't be turning in till you do.
Very well. Scientific breakthroughs never come easily, I suppose.
Perhaps my next experiment shall be seeing how many rounds my everlasting ice can chill.
Well, if they're
Right.
everlasting.
To the encampment with us. 'Tis time for a drink or three.
A drink or three.
That's the spirit. Just promise me I won't have to haul your drunken ass home this time.
No promises. I think I'm gonna start using that term though. Let's go have a drink or three. That sounds, yeah, that sounds more like me. Hey, come on, let's go. You gonna have a drink or three? Something like that. Next one is Huguette brings Izana to the woods to show her something, but what could it be? Huguette seems to be taking quite a role in these flashbacks.
Tell me, why did you bring me all the way out here?
Was something unclear in my explanation?
Well, truth be told, I was clutching to the hawk for dear life. I could not make out a single word of what you said.
Well, then perhaps it's best to simply show you.
What? Who? Oh, it can't be.
Izana, my love.
Oh, it's Izana's lover.
I'm overjoyed to see you unharmed.
You're alive.
I mean, it's
Where
probably
have
as
you
unarmed
been?
as she could be.
I looked for you. I looked.
Oops, sorry.
I caused you worry, and for that I am truly sorry. I went to meet you, but on the way realized that you were being followed by Hyzant's watchdogs. I threw myself at them to serve as a distraction. You managed to escape, I see, so my efforts were not in vain.
You fool. You should not have worried about me. What did they... What's wrong? Are you wounded?
The goddess of salt has scant mercy for those who have renounced her. The marks her scorn left remind me of their presence on cold nights like this. The night I escaped, I fled to my home. However, I returned to naught but ashes.
Oh, they burned his house.
So I fled further, deep into the mountains. There I found refuge with a kindly old woman, where I've lived ever since. Until now, that is.
Who is this kindly old woman?
You asked me for my assistance, and I am as good as my word. I hope my efforts did not disappoint. I expect you two have much to talk about. I shan't disturb you any longer.
Just gonna leave you guys here in the woods.
Mistress Huguette here explained to me how you've come to be in their service. I would give anything to aid you in your fight, but...
Say no more. Do not worry, my love. Leave everything to me.
Yeah, I can
I shall
control
bring
weather
this
and
war
stuff.
to an end, so that no more innocent sacrifices are made upon the altar of faith. But for now, let me spend this night by your side.
Oh, hugs. Reunited and it feels so good. Well, that was nice if you get. Two more to do here. The former saint has only one regret left in his heart. Story of Archibald here.
Who in their right mind sends an old man on a scouting mission? Oh, goddess, take me. I can't wait to retire.
Yeah, it sounds like
Of
an old
course,
man.
I can't very well do so until the war is over.
What will you do once it is?
I can't say I have any plans in particular. But there is one regret I'd like to remedy. I'd like to find my first love. I still dream of her, even all these years later.
Huh.
Everybody looking for
She
love,
was the
man.
general of the Esfrosti forces during the siege of the Citadel of the Sands. The turning point of the Salt Iron War, that was. I never learned her name. We were enemies, yes, but it was clear from the battle we waged how much we admired one another.
I don't think that's how battles
She
work,
caught
bro.
a beautiful figure on the battlefield. Her every movement was majestic. More than anything, she was a fearsome warrior. Truly, there is none in the world like her. I wonder what might have been had we met in a tavern instead of as enemies.
I see. I hope you can find her then.
As do I. As do I.
As do I. Oh, bandits.
Well, looky here. Easy mark.
Let's get them before they wise up.
There.
Oh,
He saw us?
oh.
We're too far away. Inhumanly possible. Monster!
Oh, you just left their dead friend.
How did you sense those bandits from such a distance?
Brats like that will never get the better of me. Until this war is over, I've only begun to fight.
I can see you mean that.
They killed that dude with a single arrow.
That's it. I know what I'm going to do when we're done fighting. I'll travel the land till I find the Frosty general who caught my eye. It's strange, but I sense her presence wherever I go. Might be she's closer than I think.
Who was it?
If that's the case, I'd better do what I can to end this war, and fast. Time to work twice as hard for an early retirement.
Was it Avlora? Couldn't have been Avlora. It had to be somebody else, right? That's Frosty General in his time. Probably a character we haven't seen yet. Or is it the old martial arts lady? She was she was Byzantine. And here's the last one. Narv heals an injured child with his grandfather's magic. Narv.
Damn it all. At this rate, I'll never come close to carrying on Grandfather's legacy.
Oh no, that was pretty cool,
Maybe I
bro.
was never destined to be a great mage after all.
Ow! It hurts!
Oh?
Oh no, the poor child's fallen.
Oh no.
Hey there. Are you hurt?
Ow! It hurts so bad I can't even stand!
But you're standing.
Not to worry. I'll fix you right up. So dry those tears.
You're literally standing right now.
Really?
Yup. The pain will disappear like magic. You'll
Yup.
see.
Wow! It doesn't hurt anymore. Thank you, sir! Grandma, look! My leg's all better now!
Well, I'll be. Thank you so much for healing my grandson.
You don't need to thank me. This is nothing.
Those robes. You wouldn't happen to be a student of the Archmage Grandante, would you?
Oh,
You know my grandfather?
Oh, of course I do. What a great man he was, always using his magic to help those in need, much like you. I was just one of many whose lives he saved. Why, that was over 30 years ago. I lost my house to the fires of war and nearly my life along with it. But he quenched the flames with his spellcraft and healed my burns. Had it not been for the Archmage Grandante, I would not be here today. I am forever in his debt.
So there are people that know
Even
him.
though Grandfather's name was erased from Hyzant's records, his memory lives on in the people he helped.
It sounds like he was a truly amazing man indeed. And I know he would be proud of you for following in his footsteps.
Do you really
don't know
think
this,
so?
Eva. I do. And I have no doubt that one day you will restore the glory to your grandfather's name. No matter what the Ministry does to erase his existence, His spirit lives on through you.
Right.
Right.
But I must keep practicing, that I might help even more people with my spells. Just watch me, Grandfather. I'll restore the honor of your name if it's the last thing I do.
Grandante was your grandfather, but who was your parents? Not that I really care, but still, it's interesting. Okay, so we got two main story things here. Roland takes steps to rebuild the crown city, but Patriarch and the Royalists have other ideas, and Frederica hears the voices of the people as she walks the city streets. Let's go with that one. Man, this city is really messed up.
There are more who accepted Esfrost's rule than I imagined.
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful, for people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Perhaps. But his freedom was naught but greed and cruelty.
Cruelty.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
A Wolfort messenger. Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolfort, bearing tidings of Lord Simon.
Has he awakened?
He has. He is in high spirits and recovering well.
Oh snap, Simon's alive.
He is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolfort so he can honor you himself.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolfort domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village.
Oh no.
To our shame, Castle Wolfort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot leave the Rosellan village defenseless.
Let us inform the others. Messenger, with us.
Oh no, the Rosellan village. But good news, Lord Simon seems to be up and alive again.
Well, well. Things are about to get interesting.
I wonder, is Milo really there as a spy? Or is she there to help? And maybe a bit of both. Probably a bit of both. And here we have Roland take steps to rebuild the crown city, but Patriarch and the Royalists have other ideas.
The coronation ceremony. Certainly there are more important matters to focus on right now.
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith, besides which it is the Royalists' most fervent wish. A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be, and right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Correct.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolfort will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir. To win your subjects' hearts, you need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
In a manner of speaking. A king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden. After all, you have only just been crowned.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
How fare things, Chouette? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
We aren't certain, though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
I wonder why.
Damn those Royalists! They cannot be left to their own devices.
I feel like the situation calls for having a ceremony and telling everybody that all these things are happening and that the royal family should be helping, or the patriarch and all them peoples. But next is going to be, looks like, the scales of conviction. Oh, before that though, let's go ahead and hit this Hierophant's Palace. When Glenbrook reclaimed Aspharos, dealt a heavy blow, Hyzant takes the opportunity to make a strategic move. Let's see what they're scheming up at the Holy Land.
House Wolfort and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City.
Well then.
And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces in killing Thalas and other commanding officers.
We couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
Oh, to see Gustadolf's face when he hears the news. Now he'll have no choice but to come crawling to us on hands and knees, begging for salt. Though, this could be our chance to crush the Duchy once and for all.
The Duchy.
Just because they are licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Ha! Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand Norzellian mines to us. A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown City.
There we go. The mine is mentioned once again, finally.
The Grand Norzellian mines. The spark that lit the flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need? I should have Milo look into the matter.
Finally.
Minister Edor?
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time until Esfrost admits they are defeated. Besides, Glenbrook seeks our aid in their reconstruction efforts, do they not?
Yes. King Roland and Minister Serenoa have both asked for help, and sent reports detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook, they will both be ours before long.
Yeah, it looks like they're scheming to take over as well. Everybody's scheming to take over. There we go. The last one is going to be the main storyline. Next episode will be the Scales of Conviction. The paths before House Wolfort diverge, meaning they will have to go their separate ways for the first time. Which way will Serenoa take? That'll be very interesting. Let's go ahead and save the game here. But as I'm doing that, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope this anime flashback part 2 was to your liking. Lots of dialogue, lots of backstory. And we'll go ahead and pick it up here in the next episode. As always, I will catch you guys on the flip side.